This episode of The Talking Dads is brought to you by Little Scholars Early Learning Center. Whether your family needs infant care, a preschool program, or before and after school care, Little Scholars' highly rated Step Up to Quality programs provide quality early childhood education at an affordable price. Visit www.littlescholars.net to get in contact with an enrollment specialist and schedule a tour of any of their 5 Lake County campuses. Here's the deal. Talking Dads fans are getting a little bonus right now. Mention that you heard about Little Scholars through our podcast when you tour and receive $25 off your registration fee.
All right. And I could definitely vouch for Little Scholars. I have a son that goes there. He loves it. He's happy every day to go to school. I got to say, it's a great place. Check it out. At least come take a tour.
Again, that's Little Scholars Early Learning Center, where children learn, play, and grow together.
In a world where moms continue to dominate parenting authority and a father's role is minimized in society, 2 dads take on the toughest parenting topics on a weekly basis, all while drinking bourbon. They are the Talking Dads.
All right. Welcome to another episode of The Talking Dads, episode number 10. I am Steve. This is Ian. And we have Tommy McCloskey with us tonight.
What's up, guys? Episode 10. Tommy, great to have you here. We actually tried to do something last week. We were at a golf outing for the Concord Youth Baseball League. And due to weather and camera issues and general drunkenness,
golf cart problems,
we didn't really get any good footage. So we're going to attempt this again in the comforts of my basement. So welcome. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man.
Nothing?
Glad to be on the show finally here.
Yeah, it's nice to have you.
We're in double digits now.
Yeah, wow.
It's pretty cool.
I wanted to wait till it was the
it was established and,
right.
Make sure things were
worthy.
out.
Yeah.
Make sure we're worthy.
Make sure this was a legit thing before you got on to something.
We're going to look back and be like, all right, 10th episode, that was the one.
that was the number
breaker.
10.
That was the break.
We could go back to anything. It was 10.
That's awesome. Well, give us a little dad profile real quick. Your kids, what you like to do, whatever shit like that, and we'll go from there.
All right. Tom McCloskey. I've got 2 kids, a 13-year-old boy and a 9-year-old daughter. Like to do anything outside. Kids like to play outside, sports, basically everything and anything that you could possibly do outside, we try to do. So
that's fun. Cool.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Well, one of the cool things about you is, or unique from our other guests, is that your kids are a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
13 and 9.
Yeah, 13 and 9, you said. And even more unique is that you had your kids when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how old were you?
When I first heard, I was 19.
So how did that go?
Life changer.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
in a good way.
I do. I remember the day, actually. I got a phone call from my girlfriend at the time, now my wife. She called me crying, saying, hey, you need to come over here. I'm pregnant. And I'm just like, ooh. I'm like, are you sure?
So was this like on like a
it was on a Razor.
A regular phone, or did you get? It was a
cell phone.
It's a rotary phone.
It was a cell phone.
It was 2000. I didn't.
It's my house phone. My parents.
I didn't know if you had to disconnect from AOL.
Yeah, he was on AOL. Not now. Looking up Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Were you on a Razor? Remember those phones?
I never had the Razor.
Neither did I. I was always like Samsung flip phone.
Yep.
Whatever. No big deal.
Yeah, playing Centipede on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3 game options.
Right.
So you're 19 years old. You get this phone call from your girlfriend, and we know Jackie. She's amazing. But so I guess I don't even really know at the time. How long were you guys like dating?
Not long.
Yeah.
It was about 3 months.
Ooh. Wow, really?
I guess I didn't realize that.
See, I didn't know this. This is...
Yeah, 3 months. We made it official like December time, because I remember she was going to a New Year's Eve party and I was going to a separate New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like, all right. At that point, we had been roughly together for about 2-3 months. We're like, all right, let's make it official.
Right.
And my son was born in October, so therefore it happened at some point in that area.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it was just one of those things where, like I said, I asked her, I'm like, are you sure? She's like, I took 2 tests. And I'm like, all right, well.
Wow.
So I came over and, I talked to her for a little bit and told her, hey, listen, whatever you want to do, I'll support you. We'll do this together. And, I actually told her, I'm like, if we do have a kid, it's gonna be pretty damn fucking cute. So
you got good looking kids.
Right. You're good looking kids.
So, but yeah, needless to say, it was one of those blessings in disguise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Scared shit.
So you were 19 when you found out, you said?
19.
God, what were you doing when you were 19?
Not having a kid.
Yeah. I was playing baseball at Lakeland. I was just messing around, doing whatever the hell I wanted to.
Yeah.
Not having any type of worry in the world.
It's crazy. But I mean, a lot of people that, have kids early, I know my parents were young. Nowadays, I guess it's less common. Maybe.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't really pay attention to it. I'll tell you though, most of the parents that were involved with, for the most part, between sports and school, are probably about 10 years older than us.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, my kids are 10 years younger than your kids.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, you meet plenty of people, and you just do what you
Right.
can, and you try to make friends with people
Right.
around your age group.
Exactly.
So
yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah. So when did you guys end up getting married then? What year was that?
Oh, 8 years ago. So
Make sure you get that right.
Yeah, 2011.
That sounds right.
August 21st.
We could edit that. The next time you answer, you can sound a lot more confident.
Pretty sure.
I was 21st 11 years ago, so.
To the
Think
day.
about it. I want to make sure I got it right. Actually,
No,
no,
absolutely.
I've actually gotten it wrong. It's either the 21st or 22nd, and I always get it wrong.
Yeah, whatever.
Close enough.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So then, and like you having older kids, and you said that you guys like to do a lot. Like everything's like your son's obviously very active in sports.
Yes.
Plays football, basketball, baseball. What's track. So everything for every season. Plus your daughter does.
She does
Which is
soccer.
soccer,
now.
okay.
She used to do dance. Now she's moving towards the theater side of it now.
Oh, okay.
Actually, she just got a role in a upcoming play at Rabbit Run Theater.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Which is really cool. So we're gonna try that out.
I used to do some work with a guy who I think he sits on the board of the Rabbit Run Theater or whatever.
So next time the tryouts are, I'll make sure I slip a name.
Yeah. So you know what you're doing, right?
I'll. He's a good dude.
say
He's
about-
hilarious. Yeah.
Mr. Washington. Another Mr. Washington.
That's cool. Yeah, it's super cool.
And then you're super busy then too. So it's just constant running.
That's
what it comes down
one
to.
of the things that we'll talk about tonight is how it changes from playful, go-lucky dad to secretary, chauffeur, personal assistant dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into that, something that I've noticed over the years is since your kids are 10 years younger than all of us, and we've been friends for a long time and everything, you had to do the baby stuff while we were all out having fun. Mm-hmm. And now, like, the tables have turned, and because, like, I know a lot of times you'll be like, hey, let's go up to, wherever, let's go grab a beer, or let's go do this. And we're like, I don't have a babysitter tonight. And so that's...
Well, it was that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was like by far trying to grow up when you were that young. Having a kid was
because you're forced.
Gosh, right.
They have no choice.
And honestly, to be honest, like completely frank with you, like Jackie stepped up like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
I mean, she is like the greatest mom.
Yeah.
She went from 16 to 30 overnight.
Right.
Me on the other hand, I mean, I was just, I was 19, 20. I still wanted to go to the bar. So for the first like 3-4 years, I was just an ass. I mean, I was a great dad. I was there. I like to have fun, but I worked all the time. I went to the bars after work. I'd come home drunk, and it was just like.
Well, that being said, though, you did that. You're obviously still a great dad because you were still there.
And, right.
You didn't just give up on it and just like, okay, well, you know what, we figure it out.
Well, because I think you always look back. I mean, I know I look back, and like I'll look back now, even on like the first couple of years of my kid's life, and it's like I work a lot, and I still went on trips and stuff like that, and I don't
work trips.
Right.
What does that mean?
Oh, are these up? Work trips.
But I mean, that ultimately, in my eyes, a great dad can admit his flaws.
Sure,
absolutely.
Right.
But they're not necessarily flaws either all the time. I mean, you can look at them however you want. I guess as long as you and Jackie were okay with it, and I'm sure like there were some times when you guys,
Oh, it was rough.
went through it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think every couple goes through it,
That's
because
very,
shit is hard.
Right.
Well, especially at that age. You said she was 16?
No, she was 17.
17. Still.
Yeah.
17, almost 18.
It's nuts,
Bless you
man.
guys. Yeah, it's
No, she was 18. I don't remember.
still, I mean, it's a long time.
She's
13
probably
years
18
ago.
when Tommy was born.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a life changer. That's like you have to instantly just change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was harder for me than it was for her. And like
Yeah.
I said, I praise her because honestly, we wouldn't be here without
Right.
her.
Right.
But that being also said, now, the first 3-4 years, I was always there. I love to have fun. I'd like to, play with the kids. But in the same sense, I wasn't like taking them to doctor's appointments or like doing dentists
Right.
or whatever. And I would change diapers and I would do all that stuff. But then, the started kicking in. I'm like, all right, I need to step up. I need to start doing more.
So what brought you to that realization? Was it just like yourself being like, all right,
basically
I'm
that,
kind of being a dick, or
Right.
in your own mind, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or whether it was like between you and her, you had conversations. You're like, yeah, she's fucking right. Like,
I mean, she's always right.
Yeah,
but-
of
Well,
course.
let's be honest here. They all are.
Yeah. So I mean, conversation with her and just personal reflection.
Yeah.
Was just all right. Now I got to kick it in gear.
Sure.
And then she wanted, she was still going to school, and so I'm like, all right, I need to provide. So I just started working, and then I started going back to school, and then it was like work, night classes, online
Right.
classes. So then that just kind of threw another curveball into the situation because now I'm never around anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was around, we did whatever we could.
Right.
But it was about when they turned about like 5, 6, so like where you guys are at now, I started kicking it into gear.
Yeah.
And like the past year and a half since I've gotten my new job and I'm,
Finish
regional
school
IT
and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
I've got so much more leniency in my schedule.
Right.
I'm like number one fucking dad
Right.
now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
leniency
awesome.
is.
See, I mean, like, but I think that's true though. Like, you go in stages, and like, it's impossible to ever, like, there's no such thing as a 50-50 parent split. Like, I think if you try and do something like that, I mean, my opinion, if you try and say, well, I'm going to even up this and this and this, like, it's just a disaster because.
Well, if you're sitting there comparing your
Right.
time,
Well,
then it's just, and if you're openly admitting that you're doing that, then that's
Right.
going to cause problems anyway.
Correct. Well, but then too, like, each individual has their own goals and aspirations, whether it's your career or, fitness goals or just for yourself, or, if you want to go do this or that, whatever it is, like that kind of stuff, like you still have to be your own person.
Right.
And I think that's very important. We've talked to a couple different people about that. Like,
And if it works, then that's what
and
works
whatever
for you. And
works for you. Yeah.
That's like I am no help in the morning because I go and meet up with Eric and I go to the gym in the morning at 5:30. So, and then I go to work after that. So Liz gets the kids ready for school and everything, takes them to daycare or whatever, and has to go to work. So, but it all evens out because then I do what I have to do after that. So,
It's not a comparison.
but it's not like she
yeah.
never complains about it, and
Right.
vice versa. I never complain
Right.
about what I have to do.
Right.
So it's just
'Cause
that's what works for us, and that's our schedule, and it absolutely works for us.
Sane.
Yeah,
But that
for
had
sure.
been. I'm still kind of like actually thinking about when I was 19, like what a idiot I was.
Right.
And like,
You were in the Marines. You were
Yeah.
doing all kinds of crazy stuff that you were like, what? We're going to go to like Thailand and like.
19, yeah, I was doing my Asian tour. So I was living in
sounds-
Japan.
Something else completely. This is my first Asian. This is your Asian tour, huh?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Are you a dad? Were you a dad?
I don't.
Neither here nor there. But yes, at that age.
But no, I mean, like I was 19. I was living in Japan. Going every weekend that I had available, I was volunteering to go on little training stuff to go to Korea, go to Australia, go to Thailand, whatever it was. Like I was spending as much time as I could traveling, and like zero regrets. It was amazing.
Right.
Met some cool people and all that kind of stuff. But to have a kid, like that's a whole.
And the other thing is too, you didn't have a girlfriend at that time. You
Correct.
weren't in a relationship. You didn't have.
Oh yeah, no. It was,
And even if you did, you weren't.
Right.
And I'm not saying that you were necessarily like that was.
right.
You're just
Yeah,
stuck
no,
with
I
them or
was
anything
just,
like that. But I'm
it
saying
was just
like,
me. My only responsibility was me. Like I didn't have any other.
yeah, you didn't have anything tied. It was just
Yeah.
that was it. And for you, I mean, and it's awesome. You had Tommy, and then you and Jackie made that work. And here you are today. You guys are married. You have 2 kids. They're great kids. They're very sweet kids.
They're the nicest kids ever.
They are. They're great.
I don't know how we got so lucky, but
So I mean, it's just obviously you guys did a great job, and you guys
not luck.
have a
I
great
know,
relationship,
but I mean-
and it's parenting.
Yes,
is,
it's-
right?
You never know which way
no, you
it's gonna
don't.
take you.
Yeah, sure, you
And
don't.
that's
No,
the biggest thing.
but that's what you do your job as a parent, as a father, and you.
Well, and that's kind of why I said like you look at the those first couple of years and you're like, oh yeah, I was a dick and I was doing this and that, and I was like, well, at the end of the day, like the only way to judge how you were as a parent is how your kids come out. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I will say like you have some of the most well-mannered, like polite, impressive kids. Especially Tommy. I mean, he's freaking beast.
Yeah, he's a monster.
And also like the nicest kid ever, which is just awesome. So
Well,
thanks.
kudos to you, man, because
Thanks, man.
that's really awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you're gonna be your hardest judge.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
And you should be.
And you should
Yeah.
be. That's exactly it. You should be. You should be able to look back and just say, listen, I could have done this a little differently.
Sure.
But you can do that with anything.
Right.
oh
Yep.
for sure.
Yep,
Anything you
absolutely.
do.
Right. So, but we're here.
We're here.
We're happy.
Yeah.
We got a big old house. I'm putting a deck on it, which is like terrible because you got to go through all these permits, and I hate permits.
Yeah. It's
More
worst.
posts. You gotta
More
be dug.
posts,
Oh man, did the fence last year. How many?
dig deeper than they say,
Yeah.
because the dickhead inspector will come out and
Right.
say, oh,
40
wow.
inches. It's got to be.
Depends on the inspector.
Yeah.
Because when we did my fence,
Oh yeah.
it poured rain the night before the
I
inspectors
remember
came.
that you were.
And I was
I remember because I was
freaking out.
there the night before.
Dude,
right?
and I'm freaking out. I'm like, we gotta get these dug. So I have them at like 38 inches. It's supposed to be 36 for the fence or whatever it was. They filled in like 5 inches or something. I think they walked around each one and were like,
Really?
no, they're dug. It's left. Because I went home and I had to dig them back out.
But my father-in-law did his in your neighborhood,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they were assholes.
I'm sure.
Now that being said, I actually went and redug. I dug out the extra 5 inches that got filled in with mud because I was like, I'm not going to half-ass this either. So
Yeah, you don't want to wait for him to come out again. and
no,
everything
it was
else.
just so.
I would
Depends on the guy, so you never know.
Not even pulled one, but my neighbor's an asshole, so it's like I know as soon as I start digging holes,
Yeah.
I'm
You call
looking
him.
over
Oh,
the
yeah.
fence.
Yep, just do it. Just do
For
it.
that
It's
yellow
it,
sign, you know.
it saves you so much time
Yeah,
and
just do it right.
pain.
Right. Well, it's pain and time right now, but it would be much worse to tear it down if I had to.
And I've heard of that happening to someone
yeah,
before.
sure
They had to
it
take a
does.
fence down
Yeah.
because of that,
I had
because of a
dreams
neighbor.
about it. I actually had a dream.
I have dreams about every single thing that I do in my life now that is just a nightmare. And then I wake up in cold sweat. Then everything's okay.
Oh, man.
Perfect.
You'll be fine. When are you doing this deck? When you got to dig the holes?
Well, I got the zoning permit. I have to wait for the building permit, and then once I get that, I can get the quotes and everything else.
All right. Well, I have a wedding
Probably
that
next couple
day.
weeks.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah,
wedding.
yeah, my leg hurts
I'm gonna
that day.
surprise you
Yeah,
guys.
I had that
gonna be a
Thomas
baseball
be like,
injury.
hey, I got like 4 new bottles of bourbon. You got to come over and try some.
Yeah. Oh, we've been there.
It's gonna be just a random.
Arco was
I'm
there
gonna
for
be
that.
Pulling in your driveway and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Perfect. Let's go." Or it's gonna be like a smash and grab job. I'm gonna have Arco.
That's what we
pull
did
up
to
in a
Harry.
van.
So you guys did. Well, Harry did that here, and then to move the safe, you called me and Raju over.
Yeah. You want to watch
He
the
wants the
Buckeyes
game. Yeah, so we get over there, and these guys are unloading a safe off the back of the truck, which I broke my finger there because
In the sliding door.
yeah, because I have my fingers on the safe, like holding the one side and the hand underneath. And I go, guys, stop! I can't get through the door. They start pushing. My hand goes between the safe and the door, and I just tears all the skin off my
Good
finger.
times.
Good times. Raju walked halfway up the driveway, turned around, and got back in his car and left.
He really
Sounds
did.
like
So yeah. But anyway, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of bourbon, you brought us something to drink here.
Brought my last pour of this.
The Bellmead bourbon. This is, where did you get this?
Austin.
Austin?
Cannot find it around here anywhere.
Yeah,
Austin,
it's really good.
Massachusetts.
Isn't it really good?
Yeah, I had it.
Boston.
I think I had a taste of it at your house, right?
That was the last pour
Maybe
I
last
had
winter?
was Thanksgiving. So
Thanksgiving
it had to be right
time,
before
yeah.
Thanksgiving. Actually, you brought me over that Ohio.
Oh,
orange sign.
that sign, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Very
put that
cool.
up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah, so this is sat in my
Well,
basement.
thanks
since
for
then.
bringing it. It's very good, very tasty.
Yes, appreciate it. And Tommy is also another bourbon connoisseur, whiskey. You guys,
On him.
I
Yeah.
blame my obsession on you.
you guys are starting to pour it on me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
But not as like
Love it.
this. But these guys just strolling to work at like 10 o'clock this morning because they're waiting in line for a bottle. So sending Snapchats. I'm like, what do you get? Like,
Limited edition.
been at work for 3 hours. You guys are just chilling in line. I'm on my way to work now. Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Worth it.
Priorities.
And of course, we are drinking out of our fancy rocks glasses with our logo on them. Thanks again to Dee's Diaper Cakes. Tim, appreciate you.
These are awesome.
And hey, big congrats to you guys announcing
Congrats
that
on
you're
the new-
expecting your second.
Good luck.
So congrats, and yeah, good luck.
Two's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Three's a crowd.
Yeah,
Right.
outnumbered. Unless you're having twins.
Oof, God.
Don't even say it.
Don't put that.
Did you put that evil on me?
Put that evil on me.
That was honestly like me and Jackie had talked about having another one, and like
You
we were real close.
I remember you were-
Yeah, she had like she went off birth control. You know, we were like, all right, you know, maybe. And then like my whole fear was just like, I'm like, we're gonna have triplets. I'm like, something's gonna happen, and we're just gonna be overwhelmed with something, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily, we cut the kibosh on that one.
Officially?
For
or-
now.
I think it's official right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. I haven't
guys are doing
gone
well.
the tobacco way yet.
Right.
but
Right.
I got a few more years
Gotcha.
till I catch up to him.
Gotcha.
This guy I work with that just had that done, and well, a few weeks ago, maybe almost a month now, and he's having some issues now afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just some swelling or something like that. There's another guy that I work with that works in the warehouse. He had issues like after he did it. I'm like, dude, this is all sounding terrible, man. I don't even know if I want to
real
do
bad.
it. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. Just
So, right.
If I ever have the opportunity, I'm gonna have to have tobacco give me another pep talk because
he's like, oh, small infection. Nothing big. I'm like, yeah, sounds great, dude.
I was dying.
It was just an infection. It was like they swelled up real big.
I had to go back like 3 times. It's fine.
That being said, everything's fine now.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
right.
saying, you're a pussy.
I love it.
Tobacco cracks me up. You have yourself a smear now.
Right. The flat was so.
Oh, that's
excuse me.
fantastic.
All right, sorry.
So we were talking for a minute before we got sidetracked. Your scheduling. I know that's one of your things that we've been
back
talking
to
about
that,
recently. Is just like now that your kids are, like you said, 13 and 9, they're just super involved in stuff, which I think is fantastic. I think that the more involved you keep kids,
Get them into everything.
Yeah.
You can.
I think, having kids into sports or any type of activity in general is great.
right?
They always say it keeps them out of trouble. But I mean, honestly, like, sure, we did a bunch of dumb shit, but majority, all of us were pretty much into
Yeah.
some type of
All
activity, like
played
sports or something
baseball,
like that. Yeah,
right.
exactly. And
We
that
all
was,
had something. Right.
we weren't bored. We always had to
Right.
be somewhere. We always had something to do.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
And I mean, honestly, like it keeps kids like it gives them something else to do other than staring at screens, all day, every day.
Sure.
Which is so easy for them to do.
Right. And it's like, but the hardest part is it's just being the parent, because it's hard on you. It takes up your time. It's a commitment to you, not only to them.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing. But ultimately, it's worth it, man.
Yeah.
It's
So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like, is it something every single day?
As
Like I
of
know
right now,
Tuesdays are COD Tuesdays.
of course.
Yeah, we got to go
So-
back to that eventually because we did bring that up on your golf outing.
We'll
I
go
need to
back
know a
that
little more about
Tuesdays.
that.
All right.
We'll get there.
We'll talk.
We'll
about
get
that.
there eventually.
As of right now, it's actually like a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah.
But going 2 weeks ago when track was involved, it was basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday track, meets on Tuesday and Thursday. Cam had soccer on Thursdays and Saturdays. And I'll tell you right now, actually, here's one of my dad hacks
Oh.
for you.
Ooh, it's like right ahead.
Always make friends with somebody that lives next to you that
Oh,
plays
yeah.
sports.
No, that's a great idea.
Because carpools are a must.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about when we were little, though.
They're
Like,
must.
I remember getting rides from, like, our parents couldn't get us. I mean, I remember your dad driving us, or
Yeah.
vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was so nice to have somebody that we knew come help and pick us up
Right.
if we needed. Or
That's true. I
Same
never
effect,
really
I said
thought
that.
about that.
Find somebody in the development or somewhere nearby that's on the team that
Right.
you guys can just work something out. So we did that with track. We had one of Tommy's friends, Jaden, his mom, awesome person.
Yeah.
She would drive them to track every morning or every day after school, and then I would pick them up on the way home from school. So it was just perfect setup.
Nice.
Yeah. But right now, no track. It's just baseballs Friday nights. So I was at baseball tonight, Saturday mornings, and then also soccer Thursday nights and Saturday mornings. So
Okay.
kind of Saturdays kind of screw up because I'm the assistant coach, which first year ever doing an assistant coaching job, which we'll get to that too. It's pretty cool.
And that's soccer. You're
Soccer. I know. So I take Cameron to soccer, and then Jackie's got to take Tommy to baseball practice in the morning. So, and then they do it in an indoor facility, so it's always on, which is great because last year I think maybe we had 2 practices.
yeah.
yeah.
Because of everything getting rained out.
Well, that's the thing, dude.
Northeast
This
of
weather.
Ohio.
I mean, I don't remember this much rain.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain, which is good.
Yeah, that's cool. My grass could use a
lawn
lot
will
more
be-
rain.
My lawn will be happy this year.
Yeah, my lawn needs water so much more. It's just like,
That's what we
it's
say.
it's a drought.
I would so much rather have sunshine.
Absolutely.
Such a
I'm
no
completely
water.
joking. My grass needs no more water.
I will water it myself.
It's,
Please.
yeah, I don't want any more water. My mud needs more water. I mean,
It's just a soggy mess.
and then you guys saying that you're assistant coaches this year too.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I obviously I've never coached little league. When I coached baseball, I coached high school kids, like at the high school, and then like traveling like tournament teams. Those are like kids that know you have
Right.
to. Well, t-ball and all that's whatever, but like for your kids, like
Listen, mine's nothing.
yeah,
I haven't even been contacted. Just other than an
you
email
literally
to say that I've
sit
been
on
an
third base and
assistant
just
coach.
high five the kids as they come by.
right.
I'm so down for that.
That's-
Absolutely, that's great. But I'm
That's
saying, like,
why I
but as you
wanted
get
to be the
older,
assistant first time.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just jump into the coach.
Right.
because you have to. I mean, you know enough about baseball, but then you have to teach them everything.
Yeah.
Skill, right.
Like when you're coaching like high
You're the
school
foundation.
baseball.
Oh yeah, you
I mean,
have to,
you
you
know.
have drills that you have to. You have
dude,
to put like
they-
a plan together.
But and I called every single pitch that the pitcher threw.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I'd have to, the catcher would look at me for every pitch, and I'd have to sit there and give the signals for every pitch where it's going to be located, curveball, whatever.
awesome.
It was awesome. I
yeah.
loved it.
Right.
But like those kids were all so good, they knew where the ball was going. They knew the
Yeah,
plays. Like I
yeah.
mean, sure we went over that in practice, but you have to teach the kids when they're young.
That's because they had a great assistant coach when they were 5 years old.
There you go. Someone like Tommy or yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just
what it
putting the
is.
I'm gonna be the
Putting the
worst.
time, putting the
I,
time in.
I, just
gonna
want,
be the
I want you to
worst.
be
Positive
such a dick.
reinforcement.
I want you to be like
Positive
if
reinforcement.
a kid misses
We only
a
have-
ground ball.
Are you kidding me? Come here, that old lady crap.
That glove dirty.
Just throw your hand on the ground, kicking dirt.
Like, Mr. Lewis, we're gonna politely ask you not to reapply
some
to
of the-
be an assistant next year.
All the kids are crying.
Well, I will tell you what. So, again, this is my first year doing it, assistant coach, just because of my scheduling.
Yeah.
So now that I actually have a job that I work 40 hours and I'm off on weekends,
Right.
I actually can commit to something like this.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, man. I actually there's one kid on this team that just he sits down, he'll sit on the field, he'll play with the grass, he'll cry, he'll just be like,
This is soccer, right?
This is soccer.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I'm like, dude, what do you want me to do?
Right.
You know, like I kept on trying to be nice.
Then once a
to him,
parent
like,
step in and be like, okay, this kid's not
that's
doing
just
it
it. The
anymore.
parents aren't there, so. They
drop him off to
the
you.
grandma brings him. She sits in her car. She smokes a cigarette by the car or whatever, you know. And so this kid, like, and obviously I can tell that he's coming from like a broken home,
Right,
you
right.
know? And so like I'm trying to be nice to him. I'm trying to give him reinforcement. I'm just like, dude, I'm like, all right, so you don't want to be goalie. Like, what do you want to do? You want to play defense? No. You want to play offense? No. Do you want to sit on the sideline? No. Well, you can't sit on the field.
You can't look for 4-leaf clovers in the middle of the field.
It's
just
right. You're gonna get kicked in the face. You know, you're gonna
Yeah,
get
it's
kicked
not
in the
safe.
ball.
Like,
Right.
right.
You know.
How old is this kid?
9. Yeah. So and it's like you can't touch them. Like you can't like just say like, hey, like let's come on over to the side.
Right.
You can't pick them up. You can't do anything
Right.
like that.
It's
you know?
going to be like,
So he just stands there.
I'm in your way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So he just sits there, or stands there, and he's just like he knows I can't do anything. You know, I'll try to yell at him like, go take a lap. You know, no, I don't want to. You know, I'm just like, all right.
Well, that's another thing. As a coach, not even just saying for like 9-year-olds and little kids, but like as you get older, like what can you even do anymore? Like remember, like are coaches even allowed to like yell or swear at kids anymore? I mean, do you remember coaches when we were little?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I
in
learned,
high school,
I learned a lot of my language from my coaches.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that the higher you get, it
starts to ease up a little bit, but still, even though there's still those kids out there, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you" or something. You know what I mean? Like, you hear shit like that all the time
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't discipline teachers. Like, this is a whole other story.
Yeah.
Teachers can't even discipline kids. Like, can't even.
Yeah.
Because then you get
Oh, I know.
teachers are in trouble. They can't do anything. Yeah, whatever. That's a whole nother.
In any case, though,
Old crotchety old men that were talking.
I know. Back in my day,
right.
when I used to have to walk uphill to school,
I used
no
to get
shoes
my
on.
ass beat with the switch every time.
Yeah. Get the rollers out, you know. Men are public schools. Yeah. Well,
No shoes. Right?
no shoes.
Yeah, oh,
Uphill
yeah.
both ways in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
snow. We didn't get snow days.
Right. Teacher in service days. What is that? But anyway, so this last practice though, I was like, I had enough. I was just, I'm done. I had enough. I'm like, listen. I'm like, I'm here to teach you how to play soccer and to have some fun. He's like, I don't want to play soccer and I don't like fun. And I'm like, well then you know what? I can't help you. And I'm like, I'm not here to argue with you. You're taking my time now away from kids that want to actually be here and play.
Sure.
And I'm like, so either you play or you go sit on the sideline. I'm done. That's it. And then he goes, okay, I guess I'll play offense.
Hey, good job, coach.
Okay. Right.
You nailed it.
Sometimes it's just about reaching what's going to work
Right.
for that kid.
Right.
It works, yeah. I mean, for real.
He's probably like you said it like, and I'm making some assumptions here, but if he is from like a broken home where there's no structure or
don't tell
there's
him to
nobody
do
that's
anything.
really in charge,
Yeah.
Right.
then he's probably and
gets to do whatever
what
he
he's probably
wants.
getting from everybody else in his life and teachers and everything else is super nice, super calm, like, well,
Just giving
okay,
up.
like I feel bad for you, so I'm going to, and so for
Or
you
they're
to
just
step
giving up.
in and be like,
you said, they're just giving
all right,
up.
make a
They
choice.
don't want to
Okay,
deal with it.
whatever.
Like, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not
Right.
going to talk to you.
Just
do
let
whatever
him
you
sit
want.
down there and he'll get hit eventually.
Here's
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly. Here's
So
your
instead,
iPad,
you
just
took a
sit down.
stand and you're like, look, here's the deal. There's other kids that need my time. Make a choice. I don't care what your choice is. Make a choice and live with it.
You can sit down or you can
You
play.
know what I mean? And so that clearly that worked. So that's good. So then he played a little bit.
Yeah, it actually was really good.
It's awesome.
Watch him be the best player on the team.
Yeah, I know, right?
He played
That's
goalie,
sweet.
and he was actually like doing good at goalie. I'm just like, oh.
Kid wanted to play offense, and you
right.
stuck him in goalie.
No, he played offense. We rotate.
He doesn't know. This is his first time playing with
We
soccer.
rotate
I don't know.
positions.
Offense,
Well, no, actually, too. So the coach.
He's all confused now.
He's like, I don't know what offense is.
Sweeper? What? Oh my god. No, but actually the coach even too, he's like, I'm great at paperwork. He's like, but like practices and drills, he's like, I really don't know. And I'm like,
Why
oh
is
my
he the
God,
coach?
right.
I'm good at paperwork. Does he make the schedule and that's it? Good
But
job,
actually,
coach.
It makes me really happy though because like I've been getting more involved with it, and so now the kids are like, they're like, I want to be on Coach Tom's team, and I'm just like, oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Bam.
Nice.
See, you're the man.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it sounds like a.
It is. It's well worth
Sounds
it.
like you're going to be
So-
getting upgraded to head coach here.
I will
soon.
tell you, like again, this is my first year doing it. I wish I would have had time to do it earlier.
when they were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get
Well,
involved.
yeah. I mean, I did want to be involved at some point, you know. And so like through our baseball league, you just like check whether or not you're willing to.
Right.
It's not like you can sign up or you just are you willing to and again. Our schedule just came out. We have 1 practice and 6 games. Like it's not.
That's how
It's
it is
t-ball.
nowadays, too.
Yeah, but T-ball is like practice.
Yeah.
Every
I mean,
game's
every
practice.
game's a
anyway.
practice,
They're
yeah.
still learning what the hell they're doing. You're gonna have kids just sitting in the
What
dirt
happened to,
pouring.
like the 3 weeks of practice that we had.
Well, that's what I thought.
Did you guys play
Like,
T-ball? By the
I
way?
never played
No, I
T-ball.
didn't play T-ball. Did you
I
play
played
T-ball?
T-ball.
We just went
I
straight to
played
coach pitch.
softball.
Okay.
It was like coach pitch softball.
Yeah, I went straight to coach pitch
and
at
then
McMinn.
I did that for 1 year, and then I went to coach pitch.
I think we all played McMinn, right?
We did. We all played together.
Yeah, yeah. Because when I did
good old
softball, it was
days.
through Men Are on the Lake League, and then I
Old
was like,
ML.
Dad, this sucks. Like, it's like, all right, we'll get you in McMinn. And so,
Best thing that ever happened to you.
best thing that ever happened to me.
That's right, man. Can't beat the McMinn days.
Good stuff.
I know.
But yeah, no, that's with any sport now, though. They don't have practices. Even
Yeah.
basketball. They
It's so
they
crazy
had
to
2
me.
practices. It was my kid's
Practice.
first year playing
about
basketball.
Practice.
Yeah.
I don't do practice.
But
I just
then
play the games.
They were even gonna make like the coach wanted to have like a practice like on his own time, like pull them to a different.
wouldn't let
like,
him?
They wouldn't let him do it.
Yeah.
They said they would kick the kids off the league. I'm like,
What?
What? Yeah. So in
Okay.
any case, so what he did was instead of having a full team practice,
Yeah.
he had individual practices with the kids. Like so, we actually met him at Lake, like the YMCA.
We're just here to work out.
We're just
We're
here-
here
exactly.
just
Whoa.
Hey, look at
Fancy
you.
meeting you here.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Oh,
So like he did like 1-on-1 drills
Yeah.
with Tom.
I'm gonna
which was
report you.
awesome.
I would too.
Go
Yeah,
with
I'll
that,
report
'cause you
you
know
guys.
what? I'm never playing that thing.
What's that guy's number?
Actually, I'll tell you with basketball too. Mm-hmm. That was like I love watching Tommy play football. Like I like every sport. Football was like always like my bread and butter. Like I love watching. I love playing it. Anything with it is great.
Yeah.
But with basketball, it got intense. Like parents like got crazy, which parents always get crazy.
Yeah.
You'll see that and it sucks.
Oh God, I can't
It
even
really
fathom.
sucks. But with basketball, it was like high energy. The kids were getting aggressive. They're getting angry at each other. They're grabbing balls. Parents
awesome.
are screaming at refs. You know, it's like it gets intense, man. Like I felt uncomfortable a couple of times.
Yeah?
But also I was screaming too. So.
Were you yelling at the refs?
No, I don't yell at the refs.
I was gonna say, I hope I don't.
I don't
hope I
yell
would
at the
never
refs.
do
In
that.
our very first episode with Brian, we were talking about there was a video that we had seen like that week of it was hockey, right, up in Canada.
Yeah.
And like these parents, there was a bad call or something like that, and half the crowd was like going
Yeah.
nuts, and the other half the crowd
They
was
got in a
going on.
fight.
They got in like a full-on fist fight in
The
the
parents.
stands, and like the cops had to come and like arrested like 30 people or something.
It is absolutely insane.
And the kids are just like in the video, like the kids are just like up there just watching. Like the gameplay has stopped. They're just watching all of their parents.
Right.
And every single one of those kids,
Right.
well, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be like, "Ah, that's embarrassing," or they'll do the same thing when they get older.
And I mean, but you'll find honestly, like I lost it one time, and it was because 2 coaches were fighting. They were fighting in the outfield. All the kids stopped to look at the coaches fighting,
Right.
except for the coach that was pitching.
Coaches on the same team?
Two different coaches. Because
yeah.
with coach pitch, like you'll have the coaches like
Right.
on the field,
Right.
Yeah,
directing the kids, which
Right.
is which is the
yeah,
right
it's
thing to do.
good. Yeah.
But my kid was playing pitcher, so he's standing next to the pitcher, and the other coach is still pitching, and like he's not paying attention to what's going on behind him. But my kid is, so he's looking backwards. So the guy
Right.
pitches the ball, the kid hits it into my kid, and so I lost it. I was like, I'm like, you guys need to grow up. You know, everyone needs to pay attention.
Right.
You're pitching the ball. My kid's looking at these idiots. You know, he gets hit. He's now hurt. I lost it.
Yeah,
Sure. You started fist fighting
I had a
coaches.
water bottle in my hand too, and I threw it. I was just like, "Come on!"
Yes.
That's awesome.
I know. I felt like a jackass after.
Well, you know what? That's
Jackie
the
was like,
reason.
she's like, "Oh my god,
she just
who's
leaves.
this guy?"
Well, it's
Oh
like,
god, Chelsea's gonna be so embarrassed when like once Gibbs is playing like competitively. I will be the worst.
It gets intense.
Like I don't think. Well,
were your parents like that? I don't think they were.
no,
My parents weren't.
not really.
No.
I mean, my mom definitely wasn't. My dad mostly just yelled at me.
I was gonna say my dad would like pull me off to the side and be like,
Yeah,
"Stop being an
Right.
idiot and do what you're supposed to do."
you do that again, we're leaving, and you know whatever. Because I did a lot of stupid shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, you did different things, and I mean, I was talking about like more like
Oh, like
fundamental shit in the game. I wasn't talking about fighting. I wasn't talking about like getting kicked out of games.
Stop taunting the
Stop
parents.
getting tossed out of games. Ian and Chris Huber still hold the record for like games ejections.
We were like the little Bash Brothers, man.
You were. And I was like Kenny Wu. There's 3 Bash Brothers.
Triple axles in the outfield.
That was nimble. I don't know why I thought I'd throw that name out there. But also another thing I was going to say about hockey is you ever see that video where that dad gets pissed off at a call and he goes up to the glass and punches it and it shatters?
Oh, I didn't see that.
And then he points like into the like at the ref and starts yelling something.
You see this?
It's just glass. Your
Next
face. I'm like, oh, can you even imagine?
Oh yeah.
No, and you're gonna live it. I'm telling you. There's going to be a game where it gets intense. Like it'll get uncomfortable. Like it really does. It happens at least once a season.
Yeah.
Even when they're young. Like
I'll be
T-ball, probably not. But coach pitch,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll
I
see.
can see that.
Pitch even.
Oh,
See, I
yeah.
didn't witness too much like at the high school level, like parents being too crazy. I mean, they would like ask me as a coach how their kid wasn't playing or something.
Yeah.
But we never really had to deal with any crazy parents like fighting like with umpires or anything. I think they know like their place at that point. Like depending on I guess maybe the program. Like
Yeah.
like at Menor High, like they knew. Like when we played there, parents knew that you can't talk to the kids. You can't even be
Right.
near the dugout. You have to be in the stands and don't even talk
Right.
to anybody on the field. That's just
Yeah.
Well, that's
That makes a lot of sense.
it should. That's
especially at the
exactly.
high
And that's
school
just
level,
exactly.
right?
But I don't know if all school programs are like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
no. They're starting to engage it now. Actually,
They should.
Baseball this year, first practice, Tommy's coach was like, "Listen, he's like, because last year got so crazy, we had the entire umpire staff quit. They're not coming back."
Really?
He's like,
Jesus,
we
that
have-
bad?
Right. So we have a fresh lineup of umpires. He's like, but right now, here's your
Scabs.
warning. Yeah, right. It's a bunch of young kids, you know.
Oh god.
Here's your warning. If you yell at the umpire one time, you are banned from the games.
That's awesome.
The entire season. So
Well,
it's
that's
like,
good. That's good. You gotta put some fear into them.
well, yeah, because I like
You want to watch?
Well,
Well,
because
you want
here's
to
the
mess
thing.
for your kids.
Here's the
That's
thing.
all you're doing is ruining it for the
That's
kids.
And
Right.
maybe you can
Right.
speak to it even more since you've seen like the different levels and stuff like that. But I think a big part of the problem is that, and I'm even guilty of it, and I catch myself. But like, I feel like parents try to live vicariously through their kids.
Absolutely.
And like I loved baseball. I loved playing baseball, and I want so much for and right now he loves baseball.
Yeah.
If he, I don't know what will happen if he says one day I don't want to play. You know, I'm not going to force him. You know, but
Don't ever force them to do anything.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
But I feel like parents get so intense because they like they want to show off to their friends that, oh, my kid's the best player on the team, or my kid did
absolutely.
this.
Why
My
do you
kid
think
did
there's,
that,
like,
or
these
so if,
boosters
God
and shit?
forbid,
Yeah, like,
God
you know what I mean?
forbid
Like-
there's a bad call. It's like, well, you can't. That's my kid. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way he didn't. That was
I can
definitely not a
see
strike.
where people do stuff like that. It makes sense. Like you don't even think
Right.
about what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. I feel like
I feel like you need to take a step back and just be like, okay, this is
It's-
freaking
yeah.
crazy.
Ultimately,
And it's even more embarrassing than anything else.
100%.
right. And it really is. And you realize that actually after the fact.
After the fact.
Right.
I don't think people always
'Cause, I
realize
mean,
it.
You're in the moment, you know, you're like, oh, yeah, what
Yeah.
happened? But I think it's more so it's just like, yes, you do live vicariously through your kids, but it's because you don't want them to make the same mistakes that you did. You know,
Fair.
like you want them to be better than you were.
Sure.
You know, basically.
Yeah. Go
But-
further, do better.
Yeah, I am a firm believer though. Don't push your kids to do anything.
Yeah.
We never push our kids to do anything. All right, we let them choose whatever they wanted.
It's a good idea to suggest things.
We gave them options. I would always take Tommy out, and we would throw the basketball. We would throw the baseball. We'd throw the football. We'd throw the frisbee. We'd shoot some hoops.
Right.
Whatever you were into, man.
Whatever sticks.
Let's do
That's what he
this.
wants to-
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. Or even if you wanted to do band, like we thought for a while that he wasn't even going to play sports.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to be
God, that'd
like
be a shame.
in the band. Right. Well, even still, he was great.
Such
at
a
piano.
monster.
Dude, like the kid, like he took piano lessons for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Even still to this day, that this is like 5 years ago. Even to this day, he can hear a song, he can teach it to himself.
That's how my little brother is.
Isn't that crazy?
I envy people. Like,
I can't do that.
now, in
Like,
you
hindsight,
just sit down and just start playing.
Like I could study a song for months, but I just can't. I don't. It doesn't.
No.
a couple hours.
It doesn't
I'll have it.
like equate to me.
No.
I remember his brother.
Unless-
We would
unless
play
it's
like a
Guitar
song like
Hero.
on the first iPad or the iPod. The
Yeah.
first, like I remember we would play a song on there.
Dude, I
Like
remember
a Metallica
exactly
song.
what it was. No,
Like-
it was Ozzy or what was Ozzy's band's name?
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. Yeah. And it was one of those songs, and it was a Randy Rhoads like crazy solo.
We told him
and
to listen
we just
to it.
Played it on like
he listens to it on the headphones,
stereo.
and he turns it off,
yeah.
and then he starts playing it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I was just like,
I would
And I envy
What?
people that
I would love to be able to.
like when I was younger, I was like, oh, sports. But I wish
I know.
I could like sing or play an instrument or do any
the
like
piano.
Can you
man,
imagine
like-
how awesome that would be to
or
be able to do
guitar.
that?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to be able to do that, but other than Guitar Hero, I was no good at.
So good at Guitar Hero. Ian's one of the best drummers in Guitar Hero of all time.
As long as I had a good sweatband.
Right.
I started to get carpal tunnel. We were so good at it.
Dude, I used to get freaking so sweaty.
When I was a
so
teenager,
gross.
I was just like, man, I'm like, if I could just like bust out a piano solo on that thing, I would like pick up every girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, you can imagine going to a bar,
Yeah.
start singing Piano Man, like Billy Joel, just start singing that.
Or just like pull out an acoustic guitar and be like,
Oh,
just gonna strum a few chords.
Oh, I'm
here.
so unprepared. Just
really?
with the
You want me
music?
to sing a solo?
Oh, I guess I'm here. You're here. I only know how to play one song, and that's all.
right. Oh man.
It
So
works.
anyway, so that's what we thought. Like we thought he was going to go that road.
Yeah.
You know, which was fine.
Yeah,
You know, it was
sure.
completely fine. He was, all right, you want to do this? That's fine. He wanted to like he was really into Minecraft. You know, so like he wanted to start looking in like the computer coding. I'm like,
Absolutely,
Yeah, that's awesome.
that's a great thing.
there you go, man.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with actually like with religion too, because me and Jackie are both not religious at all.
Right.
I never went to church when I was growing up. The only time I was ever in a church was for a funeral or for a wedding. That's it. You know, she same thing. She went a little bit more than I did, but she wanted to expose them. She wanted to expose them
Where'd that come from? Just pull it out of your pants.
to whatever we could and give them the option.
Yeah.
So we went to church a few times, and you know they didn't like it, and I didn't like it. And, you know,
But I
And
think
to
it's
be-
good to try new things and expose your kids to as much as you can, because you don't know what's going
Right.
to stick, and they're their own person, and so you
them
try
that
stuff
option.
out and give them the option. And
That's what I want to do. Is like I want Sam to try all kinds of different things. Like karate was never even a thing that I ever even tried or did when I was little. We signed Sam up for and Gibson up
we
for
did
karate.
oh, I saw the snap or
Oh.
the pics.
So good, you know. I mean, Sam had a tough time at first, and then he started liking it. And he asked me why he's not. He asked me the other day when we were going. And I'm like, oh well, we're not going to do it again until like May. Well, this month
Yeah, we.
Okay.
or is it June? I'm good
I
for
was
one.
thinking after T-ball.
How
Okay.
long?
Just
How long
because
has it
of-
been since they've done it?
4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's
Three
been a
weeks?
few weeks.
Yeah.
Not that bad, though.
No, it's not that
They
bad.
only did what they did 6 weeks or something like that. It was 2 days
Yeah, it was like 6 weeks.
for, and it was 2 classes
like
a week.
two classes a week, right? And
It's
I
good
think,
though. I think it's good for discipline
Yeah.
and just any type
The
of
thing
organization.
about-
Absolutely.
the thing about it right
That's something
now
they can take
is that
all the way
it's an
throughout.
inside thing, and I think like with baseball and just other activities
Anything
that we like to
outside.
do, we try and get them outside as much as we can. Now it'll be different next year because you get them started back, you know, in like July or something like that once T-ball's over. Mm-hmm. You get them started back, and if they go through the whole winter and still love it, then that's not something that you just like stop for a little while and then pick back up. Like right now, I think we can get away with it because it's just basics and everything else.
And they're
But,
3.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but if they go through a whole winter and everything, then I think we'll have to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Through T-ball and everything else. So,
That's pretty good too.
is it pretty good?
Yeah. Kept on seeing this on Instagram. The Russell's Reserve,
It's a little
Yeah.
smoky.
right?
Yeah, it's good.
Smoky.
Well, before we get, I mean, this is all great stuff too.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say like,
Go ahead, let's switch it up.
let's switch it up a little
All right.
bit. So as we all know, coming up is Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
Mother's Day. Got to take care of those moms.
Oh yeah.
Oh, show. So, do you guys do gifts every year? Do you guys do?
Yeah. Jackie doesn't like it, but I mean, she likes the cards that the kids give her. You know, she
Oh, yeah,
likes,
yeah.
she likes
Yeah.
the handmade, the homemade stuff. She always tells me not to buy her anything, but I still do.
Right.
I think that happens on every single holiday that we have.
Well, here's the thing. The great thing about Mother's Day is that Father's Day is after Mother's Day.
Right.
So you can set the bar.
Right.
Didn't we last year give the mothers a spa day.
We sure did.
So we gave the moms. It was
So me, you,
it was Raj and Perry. We sent
all
the
got
wives.
together.
We came up with this plan. We're like, we're gonna get them a spa day, and then they could go out afterwards and go out for drinks and dinner. We got them gift certificates. They could go.
We got all the 4 of us. We got all the kids together. We cooked out here, right?
Yeah, we hung out here, and then the girls went out for the night or the whole day.
Yeah, they were going like all day.
And then Father's Day rolled around, and they're like, "You guys have a free."
Yeah, just
do
whatever you want.
Really? Yeah. That's.
I mean, we made little.
We use that.
No, we made little cards.
Yeah,
like it showed like the itinerary, like what's going on that day, like the times.
Got the gift certificates.
That sounds about
And
right.
they're like,
Super
"You guys have a
thoughtful.
free day."
I'll tell you what. For my birthday,
We never did anything.
Jackie stopped at the convenience store on her way home, and she got me a 6-pack of beer and a pack of Mallow cups.
Nice.
That was my birthday present. I was like,
It's pretty solid.
I know, it's pretty good. I haven't had Mallow cups in a really long
Yeah.
time.
I mean, how many times have you, like, on your way home from work, been like, "Ah, shit, gotta go grab a card." Let's stop at the mall.
And it's like, it really doesn't bother me. You know, it's like whatever.
Right,
That's how it normally is, because like
You don't stop running
I don't know
ever.
if it's I don't know.
And
if
then
we
it's
feel
like-
like we have to pamper them because they're the moms. I don't know. In my opinion, again, Jackie is like the best mom in the entire
Sure.
world. So like
I give them all the credit in the world. I always say, I'm like, when we had the kids, when Sam was born, Liz turned into a superhero.
Yeah.
Like she automatically
same
just,
thing.
you know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
just like automatic. It's just they're like made for that.
Right.
Like that's
Yeah.
just instantly. I mean, I think it felt like it took me a little bit longer to like adjust to it. 'Cause,
I've
like,
said it multiple times. I feel like women, I don't know if it's because they carry our children.
I think they start preparing for it right away.
and,
It's not
but
even
like it is.
It
It is an easy,
Yeah.
and maybe it's not easy. Maybe one day we should talk to them and see, like, was it easy? But it seems like it was an easy transition to just say, like, these are my kids. This is what I do. To whereas I think as men, I don't know, like I had to work at like, and I love my kids more than I could ever, than I could ever have imagined. You know what I mean? Like that's not to say that, you know, it was like a burden or anything like that, but like. I had to like force myself to change my routines. And
and they just automatically did it. I mean, maybe like you said, they were carrying the baby, like they were preparing. I feel like even when Ben was like, I kind of knew what Sam was going to be like from the first kid, but when Ben was born, like I knew what was ahead of us, for like what he had to have done and everything.
Right.
But still, was not prepared at all.
How could
and
you?
he came at 2.5 weeks early. So I'm
Yeah.
sitting at work. Liz's like, I'm having contractions. I'm like,
No, you're
go
not.
lay down. This is not happening right now. I'm like, I have so much work to do.
Ice.
Like I didn't even do anything with the nursery. Like I had.
But I think that's such a natural like
You're never
thought.
Yeah, it's
you know
like,
what I mean.
it's like I'll deal with it when it comes. When
Right.
the time comes.
Yeah,
And when it does.
you can't possibly.
But even with just a kid being born normal, like anything,
Yeah.
like I don't feel like you're still not even prepared. Like
No.
it's just like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. And
Well,
then it happens, and you're like, shit.
And one of the things too is like, don't forget, they have 9 months to prep for this because they're carrying the kids, so they're already changed. They can't drink. You know, they can't do a lot of things that they were used to do.
They're uncomfortable. They're not sleeping normally. It's just everything's
That's true.
already.
To whereas we're drinking more because we're thinking about what's going on.
I got a DD.
All right, exactly. I got
It never worked, by the way. It never worked. My
So,
DD never worked.
I mean,
out.
they're in the mindset they're Team USA and we're Team Ecuador.
Right. You're right.
Like they're prepped,
Sorry,
they're
Ecuador.
ready. Sorry, Ecuador.
If anyone's
But-
watching
right.
from Ecuador,
But just saying.
They are. I know a few people.
well, all right. So
Not trying to offend anybody.
I'm offended.
so
23.
given the fact that we've just established that our wives and moms in general are just fucking rock stars, I think it is important to not only every day make sure that we kind of show them our appreciation, but especially on Mother's Day, it's nice to do something. So I don't know what you guys have planned this year. I don't know how elaborate you guys get. We don't go crazy.
I have so much stuff planned.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
I've been
this is
prepping
the
for
day.
Actually, I have a question. So, since your kids have been born, what do you do with your mom? So your mom, when you get a present, is it from you or is it from
It's a hard one.
the grandkids?
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, it's always with the grandkids. Like I feel like
yeah.
the cards always say Like they scribble on it and it says, you know, like we'll throw our names, but it's like that's from the kids. It's always from the kids. I feel like it means.
But that was like what I'm curious about, because like ultimately, you're the kid, you know.
Yeah.
So
I thought, you know what I do, honestly. So I don't mean to cut you off,
no,
but like,
go ahead, because I'm curious about this.
So what I do is I have a card from me, like for Liz, right? Is that what you're saying, or for like grandparents?
No, I'm talking about your mom.
So my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just do that straight up from the kids. Like we'll sign a card or something like that. But for
Like
Liz,
for Mother's Day.
yeah. For Liz, I'll write a separate card for me, and then I'll have a card from Liz and the kids.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I'll tell you.
And a present from them and a present for me.
Since my kids were born, I've always done that. They're exactly the same thing, like to Grammy from the kids.
Right.
Well, I decided a couple years ago just to like get my mom something like from me. Like I'm like all right, Mom, this is from me. And I feel like she like I don't know if it was. It almost like hit the home a little bit more than just being from like the
kids.
Because like it's been so many years from the kids, and like before when I was a kid I wasn't getting her anything.
Right.
And because I had kids at 19, it's
it
just
You're a kid
became
anyway.
from the kids, So that was like I wanted to ask you guys actually.
Yeah. So I've always it's the last couple of years especially. My parents live in Arizona, so it's a little bit different.
His parents are amazing too, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
They're pretty cool.
So I feel like, okay, number one, I never know what to get my mom. She's the hardest person in the world to shop for.
You're thinking too much.
Well, maybe, I don't know. But I usually I'll send her flowers, or one year I did the what was it called? Like the berries.
Sherry's Berries?
Yeah, that. I did that one
Did
time.
you?
Yeah,
I heard the commercials every day.
hit.
I don't know how I haven't bought them yet.
It was a big hit, actually. And I feel like I probably just signed the thing with all of us.
Right.
But I don't know that for sure. This year, I'm definitely sending her some stuff that's like, I have to send a package in the mail. No, I'm not going to spoil it. So, there's going to be something from me, but then other stuff from the kids.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I think the best way is.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is the best way, to have the kids make something for the grandparents.
And then you have something for me.
But I'm so close with my mom. Right. I mean, we work together and everything else, and she comes in town and we go out there to visit. So I feel like since I don't get to see my parents every day, I do feel like that when we do something, it's kind of cool.
Gift. Yeah.
And then it's nice.
Right.
So that's a little bit different.
And I never had that with my mom.
Yeah.
Like, we were just like, she did her thing, I did my thing. You
Right.
know? Like, we actually did a lunch a couple years ago, and I'm like, Mom, this is gonna be super awkward. Like, it's my mom, but I'm like, I've never gone to lunch with her.
Really?
I've never done this before. And it was awesome. You know, we sat
good.
and we just talked and we caught up, and it's like, it made me realize, I'm like, I really don't know what's going on in my mom's life.
Yeah.
I don't talk to her enough.
Yeah.
So I try to talk to her more.
That's good to have that
It's good, though.
realization.
Right.
And better now to find that out.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like my mom, I see her at least once a week. Same thing with my dad. Like I see them at least once a week. They, just so they can. My mom loves to see the kids, obviously.
Sure.
And I like to make an effort just to try to get that. But like you don't, like you said, you didn't know how much that meant until you did it. And now you realize, catching up with her, talking to her that much, like you realize how much you have to talk about. Like,
Being involved.
You know what I mean? It's like I call like my mom to talk about, or my dad just to vent, or just to talk about anything.
Yeah, sure.
Hop in the car, just to be like.
I do it all the time.
Do you really?
But I talk to my mom for work, so I'll talk to her, and then we'll go off into whatever.
Yeah.
You just branch off into something else. Like I'll just be like in the car. I'll be like, okay, well, I'll just call my mom real quick.
Too, though. She'll call her mom and just start talking.
I honestly do. I feel very blessed. Like I have a really good relationship with my parents, and I don't know if it's been like exaggerated because they don't live here, so that's the only form of communication.
And that is a possibility because for example, when my brothers when we were friends, we were brothers, but we had their friends, I had my friends. But when for example, Chris went away to college, we became I didn't see him every day, so it was we were super close after that. That was when we became really good friends.
Yeah, because you made more of an effort.
Right.
Yeah, because then it's oh shit, he's not here all the time.
Yeah.
You kind of
you don't take it for granted.
Exactly. So I think like you said with your parents being out of
probably
town,
true. That's probably true. Yeah.
I think your relationship got even stronger.
Right. That's 100% true.
So
Well,
I mean, it makes sense.
For Mother's Day, I do want to bring up there's something that you can go out and get for your wife from the kids or for your mom. And it's somebody that we know through the podcast and through Marco's Barbershop and everything. So Jana, she makes these wonderful candles that we're burning right now. It's pretty good.
But it's not like overpowering though, right? It's kind of like it's subtle.
Yeah,
so it's like I like that.
So it's
'Cause I get
Jayco
headaches from that
candles.
shit.
So does my wife, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any aromas, she just goes crazy.
Yeah, no, these are
These
nice
are
and
actually pretty light.
This is really nice.
So these are great candles. Honestly, I have a few back over there too. That I keep I legitimately buy these.
Untouched.
They're really really good.
Mojito Garden.
I got Chelsea a couple of these.
See?
That's a really good one.
This one is what?
So this is the
Dapper.
which is more of the man cave smell.
It is. That's what's my nose hurt.
But again, it's very light and it's. So anyway, she gave me a little cheat sheet so that I could talk intelligently about them. But
Oh, okay.
so it's Jayco Candles, www.jaycocandles.com. What's cool about these is they are infused with essential oils, which is pretty neat.
Now, does she have actually a location, or is it just online?
So I'll tell you.
We'll get to that. There's a list. There are locations.
So I do want to say though.
Jumping the gun. The gun.
Hey, no, I like the audacity.
So the wicks are cotton and paper, so they're not going to give off any kind of crazy, what do you call it, carcinogens or anything like
Yes.
that.
I was trying to think of it, but you got
Yeah,
it.
they're lead and zinc free. They're 100% soy. Yeah, so they're excellent. They do, and we kind of already said they're not overpowering. They burn clean. They're nice, slow, even. They're really a quality candle. She does not. Go ahead.
Do we have a bourbon smelling candle?
Or leather. I always like
There is
leather. I love
Is
leather.
there a leather one?
Really?
I love the scent of leather. Like I have
I
a
think I'm thinking of Marco's beard balm.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's a
Sandalwood.
leather one of that. But
Bourbon-
she's always
bourbon
making bourbon smell would be pretty good.
there you go.
Sorry.
She also makes wax melts for like your little melters.
Oh, okay.
I like the
I don't know, we have one
okay,
of
yeah.
those.
We have one of those as well. Bring it on
So,
Christmas time.
have one.
to answer your question, though, she does not have an actual location, but they are found on her website. She'll sell them and she can ship them anywhere.
Who goes to a store anymore? Anyway, though?
Right. But then she also has a list, and she wanted me to read these off, so I'm going to try here. So, number one, Marky Fresh carries all of her candles.
Okay.
Merkel's Flowers in downtown Willoughby.
Okay.
Roya June Salon and Studio. Verde Salon. I can't say that one, but Key Bonatique? Bontiqued? I don't know what that means.
Good enough.
Village Trends Boutique, Manifest Beauty Bar, Jennifer and Company Salon, and Soul Sprint Cycling Studio. So you can go to any of those fine Lake County establishments. I think they're all in Lake County. I don't know.
I would assume they are.
But no, like seriously,
Heard of most.
I actually reached out to her when I was actually buying candles for Mother's Day, and I was like, "Hey, I want to talk about you guys, so give me some stats here, some information."
So Jayco candles.
Jayco candles, they're like $13 for a candle.
How do you spell Jayco?
It's JCO.
JCO. Okay.
JCOcandles.com.
JCO. Got it.
But yeah, I mean, they're $13 for a candle. The wax melts, she said, are $6. I don't want to quote this, but she said there's like a deal right now for Mother's Day. Actually, you can get the candle wax melt combo, and you save some money. I think it's like
Check out the website.
yeah. Check out our
And
website.
if you check
I
the
think it's like
website, I'm sure that'll be
$16, so you save like $3.
That's huge. Any type of savings is great.
But they are fantastic. JaycoCandles.com. You should like them on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, because she puts out some good content too. So
Okay.
yeah,
Imagine you heard about it on the podcast as well.
yeah, absolutely.
I think we burned
Might
like
get
the
you something, maybe a
first.
high five.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the first podcast we did, I think we had them burning.
Yeah, I think we did.
The second one,
They were in the studio, yeah.
second one,
then they
Marco and
didn't have a
Spencer didn't have
lighter.
any lighters.
No, but they really are
Honestly, I was
fantastic. We
kind of
always
worried
have them
about it
going
because
on.
I'm like candles sometimes get with me, but honestly, I haven't even really like.
Like
been phased by
you
this.
smell it.
But usually,
Smell it.
usually when
But
they're burning
it's
like in our
not-
house, like Liz will light a candle, and I'll be like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, gotta burn
Right.
that out because
Yeah.
I am
Right.
getting a headache.
Yeah.
Same
Can't
thing.
do it.
Jackie's always been like
These
that. So like
are
now I'm
super
becoming,
subtle.
You know.
I like, yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a leather one though that we got. You're like years ago that I'll burn it every now and then because I just love the smell of that one.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Liz
Leather is a
doesn't
good
like it, but
smell.
I love leather. I love the smell of it.
I actually have
I have a spray for the car.
the beard balm
The leather?
that Marco makes. Yeah, markyfresh.com.
Speaking
deal.
of, your beard is looking pretty nice.
Oh, thanks.
Actually,
He's got
you are looking very fit.
Oh, thanks.
I wanted to let you know.
No big
actually.
deal.
Yeah, I was watching your first podcast actually with Perry, and I was just like, wow, I'm like Ian's looking pretty good.
Slimmed up.
He is.
Yeah, I've been working on it.
Yeah.
Feel great. That's the biggest thing.
Right.
is
Go
I
ahead, plug
feel-
it.
I feel
Where you go?
fantastic. So I go to Title Boxing.
That's what we're leading up to.
Just in
They
the
also
plug-
told us
we're
to relate
just,
to
we're
that
just in the
today.
plug section.
Yeah.
No, I go to Title Boxing. I do that like 2 or 3 times a week. I try and get there 3 times a week.
What's great is I didn't know you were actually plugging that. So
I wasn't planning on it. Actually.
Yeah, we weren't planning at all.
you're welcome.
They don't. But no, I've been doing that. So
As a boxer.
when I when I was in the Marine Corps, we had to run, and I always said, like, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I'm like, I'm fucking done running. I hate running. And
600
then
miles too, right? Like
What's
you
that?
Guys, you guys like would run.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
legit run.
oh yeah,
Just a little
I
bit.
mean, we would do
Just a little
It wasn't
bit
for
of
fun.
yeah. No, there was no fun about it.
I thought it
But
was
we
all
would
fun,
run all the
right?
time, and I hated that.
Ultramarathoners.
So then I got out of the Marine Corps and I got into lifting, and I liked it, but I don't think I ever loved it. It was really hard for me to stick with it. Like, I would do it for a little while, and then I would, like, hit a plateau, and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm kind of done with this now. I mean, we lifted together. I mean, for a
week.
while. Yeah, was it only like
It was
a week?
And then I started kept on going. And then you left me there.
We've all been there. Well,
That makes sense. But no, yeah, I mean, it was for me, it was November. It was right around Thanksgiving time, and my kid, so Gibbs, was just 3 at the time, and we were playing tag, and I was legit out of breath.
Yeah.
And so after Thanksgiving, so that was a Thursday, so on Friday, I weighed myself, and I was 283 pounds. I was like, that's so close to 300.
Right.
Like, I can't
You are
do that.
borderline
Like,
obese.
I was more than borderline. I was over that line.
Dude, do you even know what they consider obese? Like,
I know.
I know.
It's like
I'm almost.
that's not even fair. The body index, like, that's got to be changed.
Right.
But,
5'9" if you're over $160.
Yeah.
right.
It's like I haven't weighed that much since
Yeah,
high school.
ridiculous. But yeah, no. So I was like, I gotta make a change. And actually, a guy I used to work with had been going to Title Boxing, and he lost like over 100 pounds. I was like, I guess I could try this. It looks kind of fun,
Right.
and it is. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's
Gotta be a hell of a workout.
it's a hell of a workout.
Good cardio.
I was there today for an hour. Like, it was awesome. But yeah, I'm down like just over 40 pounds now since November.
That's awesome, man.
And
It's showing.
gonna keep going. Like, the biggest thing is, it's like, I really don't care about the weight. I don't care about anything like that. I feel amazing. So, and I can play tag with my kids,
Right.
And not be out of breath.
Not be out of
And I'll
breath.
tell you what.
Run circles around.
I don't know
them
if you
bitches.
guys are, competitive with your kids right now. You will be,
Well, and that's the thing.
and you need to make sure. That
Yeah, you're gonna
keep
you
that.
need that energy.
And
You
that
need
was
to
the
make sure
thing,
you
is I
keep
kept
that in
thinking to
everything.
myself, like, this
it's gonna get
3.
harder.
This dude's 3, and like,
He can almost outrun you.
yeah, like,
Right.
that's not good.
Right. Well, now it's like, because again, like with my son, like we thought, like, I'm like, all right, like he's gonna be like, piano playing and
Right.
like coding and whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I'll be in the sports, no problem.
Yeah.
It's
Is
not
that why
like-
you went to IT, so that you can beat him at coding?
No. I went to IT because that was the easiest.
Right.
Job. But no. So now though, we just came from practice today. Like he's running the 90, the 90 yard or whatever, 90 feet in like 2.6 seconds or 2.5 seconds, and he's one of the fastest kids on his team. So I'm like, crap. Like I gotta step up my game. Like I got.
What did you run
running
it in?
again? I don't even remember. But
Come on.
I really don't.
What is that distance? Like you like
It's probably
90 feet.
It's probably 60 feet.
I
Isn't
thought it was
it?
90 feet.
I mean,
talking about the
in the majors it is. You talking
Right.
about for baseball?
For baseball.
Yeah.
90.
90. Is it for?
I think I'm pretty sure it's 90 feet for ponies.
We always
Really?
ran the
Maybe it is. I don't know.
For every sport, you always run the 40, right? Like,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You run the 40. And it wasn't like a legit 40. Like it was basically just like the coach kind of like just threw
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bag out. So it might even have been like miscalculated. But regardless of it, he was still the fastest kid.
Still fastest kid on the team. Yeah,
and like
getting fast.
going back,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 years, like he wasn't. Like he was. He didn't have confidence in himself. Like he just kind of was just like out there, like going through the motions, just whatever.
Right.
Like I was just like, I'm like, all right, well, like maybe sports isn't his thing. And then all of a sudden, the past 2 years,
Just clicked.
He's like, bam! I love football. I love baseball. I like being active.
The nice thing about that is
He grew.
he did.
He did
got
grow.
big. Exactly.
He's a big
Boy,
kid.
Dude's a
5'11". He's 5'11". He's got 11.5-inch freaking feet. And he's 13 years old.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's awesome.
he's gonna be. A
But that
monster.
gives me reassurance, like, because I know that, like, Sam is not super into. I mean, he loves sports, but he's not. He's confident. He's like doesn't have confidence. He's 3, and he's already
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not like super into it. Like,
three.
exactly. That's what I was. I sit there and remind. Well, then you have like Ian's kid, who's like just all about it. Like, that's all
Yeah,
he
but
wants
you
to
know
do.
what though? Recently, he's been like, "Oh, that's too hard."
Right.
He's been like,
Well, Sam, I
not
hate when he
trying
says I
anything.
can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, you gotta stop saying you
Listen,
can't.
Your kid is gonna change 1,000 different times.
Well, no, like you said though, like,
where
like
you're at
but
now.
then you start thinking about like,
You
oh,
won't
maybe he won't be into
recognize
this. I know.
Right. You won't
That's what I
recognize
love
it.
about that, because like I don't know what to expect, but when that's what this is all about.
right.
Because then I can find like kind of be like, okay, well maybe because he doesn't
Yeah,
change.
I mean that's
And we all-
literally why we do.
We've
this.
all done that. We've all, I mean,
And this
as
is
kids
great.
growing
This
up,
is absolutely great. I wish that this was around when I was, freaking.
and that's what
That's
it's all
good to
about,
hear.
man.
Like,
Because
that's
like
exactly why we
Right.
wanted to do.
'Cause,
this.
like, I
So
always
that way
say
that
every-
19-year-old kid
Right.
that his girlfriend just called him and said she's pregnant. Like, if they could find
worry, there's
something,
hope, man. There's
yeah,
hope.
like.
dig through it.
no, and I always say, and I'm not
Either
trying to
that
be
or
cliche,
anything.
is like every episode that we have, I do learn
Yeah.
something else, and it kind of gives me a little extra confidence or a little extra, it gives me advice or something that I learn from just sitting with somebody else, like a different
Right.
person every week,
Yeah, absolutely.
different experiences, different kids, different
And I mean,
age groups,
we
like
never
everything.
got to talk about this because when I was parenting, you guys were out at the bars.
Yeah.
You know?
I was fighting a war, but
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
Thank God.
You got out of
You
that
got-
bar eventually.
hey,
So
Wow.
that's a question I'd like to ask before we get. I mean, we're gonna get carried away with everything, but
Wow.
would you? I feel like as a child you knew you were gonna be going into. You're gonna be a Marine. Like,
I
feel
disagree.
like I feel like since we knew you as like, okay, we'll say junior high school and
So-
up, you like it was like you were going. Like we all knew that.
did you?
Did you ever go to your house in the junior high school? Like, I mean, we grew up at your house. Like, I feel like
Okay, so
I feel
my
like-
dad definitely prepared me.
I feel like
Like
okay.
always like was very like military like and more specifically the Marine Corps was like part of my learning as I grew up.
Yeah,
However, I did the total like rebellious thing where I was like, I'm not fucking doing that.
Did you guys ever tell the story about the wedding when you got arrested?
my brother's wedding. Yeah. No, we can't talk about that. That didn't happen. He didn't.
Anywho,
no,
like-
episode, I guess.
But I feel like we knew that. Like, maybe you talked about it or something. I don't know. I feel like it was always like ingrained. That
so
you
the
were
first
going,
time I ever went and saw the recruiter was the week of 9/11. So our junior year.
Okay, because I felt like even earlier than that, we were always
Like it was always like a thought, but I was like, I'm going to college. I remember me and Raju actually talking, and I had like all my stuff filled out to go to BG, and then I got drunk and didn't go take my SATs. But
It's happened to all of us.
but also like right around the same
good
time was
story
9/11.
yeah. Well, I guess what my question was do you think that that's something that you'd ever talk to Gibson about wanting to do, or like do you think you?
So I
wanted
don't
to
think
not
I'll
do
be
that?
nearly as overbearing as my dad was.
Yeah, that's,
'Cause
I guess, my
it was
question.
in my face all
Like,
the time.
exactly. I
And-
felt like that's why we all thought like it was going to happen.
I mean,
because-
looking back on it, you're probably right. Like
Yeah.
it was set up for me to go.
You didn't see it, but
We all did.
Right. It made sense.
Ask any of our
and
friends.
I think that the 9/11 stuff was probably just like
what's
a
an extra little
catalyst,
kick in the
like,
ass to want to do it?
Just do it.
Yeah.
With Gibson or with Sloan, like I don't think I would ever push it. I'm very proud of the military service and
Absolutely.
everything, and I think that is what made me who I am today. Because I was kind of a piece of shit before.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, man. If you were, I wouldn't be friends with you.
But for real, like I think that it totally made me grow up. I mean, And, you know, because you go, I mean, outside of like going over to Iraq and stuff like that, just at 17 years old, I was gone out of the house and I was living on my own.
Oh, yeah.
And granted, like, you're not on your own. Like, everything's kind of provided for you, but
You're still
there's
away.
no one there to freaking tell you it's time to buy new toilet paper. And, you know, like, you
instantly
do
have
that stuff.
responsibilities
You have
and you have to-
responsibility. So,
And you
so
saw a
I
lot.
do
You
think it's-
traveled a lot. You saw a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
You got to live a life of independence. You
Yep.
moved. You lived in Vegas
Yep.
at a very young age.
Yep.
That's what he was doing at like 19 years old and 20 years
Right.
old. This guy was like
Living
living
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas, hanging out.
I
with
didn't
never
live
even
in
been to
Vegas
Vegas.
till I was 22.
Never even been to
One.
Vegas. Yeah, right.
I think you came back around that time, right?
21.
22.
Yeah,
Then you bought a
21.
house. You were renting a house, and yeah.
No, look.
The next divorce party, we need to go to Vegas.
I'm in. He's going to Vegas next week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or
First time we were
Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Yeah.
First time both of us are going to be away from the kids
Really?
at the same
That's
time.
a
gonna
that's
be
a big
fun.
deal, actually.
Yeah.
I'm totally nervous about
Yeah.
it. Not so much for like, I'm nervous for the grandparents.
You should be nervous for your wife. Because
She's more laid back about it than I am.
she's ready to go.
She's ready to
Yeah,
go.
she's been, this is her idea.
Then
This
you're
is,
golden.
this whole thing
Then
was her
you're golden.
idea. Yeah.
Right.
I must be like, I'm like, oh man, my poor parents and her parents. Like,
We
when
went
the
to-
kids are like, where's mommy and daddy? Like,
Yeah.
not putting us to bed.
We
not
went
waking
to
up with us.
Mexico when Tommy was three or four.
Okay, so Sam's
roughly.
3.
Same thing, yeah. And I mean, Jackie was just like, she's like, I should call. You know, I should call. Let me call. Let me do
I
this.
bet you Liz will probably be like that once we're there, probably. Or,
Right.
like,
I was just like, oh my god, this Mexican food's tearing me up.
yeah, let's be serious. Once I'm there and I have like I'm able to just like,
You guys have a good time.
I think that
You'll have
the thing I'm looking forward to is like that first day when I'm just gonna sleep
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna have to wake up to any
Right.
sound.
No work, no kids.
I guarantee you, I still wake up at like
You'll
7,
wake up
You will.
and say, oh,
and I'll
absolutely.
be like, all right, let's go.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't train yourself just one night.
No, it's not gonna happen.
You'll
I
still
haven't-
wake up, but the relief, like the stress level, will just be really,
Yep.
really low. And then after day 2 or 3, you'll be like, all right, I'm kind of missing my kids.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I'll definitely miss them. I
And
was
then
like,
day 5, you're like, okay, let's just go home.
Yeah.
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 And that's what it is. We're going Sunday. We'll get there Sunday evening, and we'll come home Friday afternoon.
That's nice.
So,
It'll be
To answer your question.
Oh, yeah,
about
sorry.
The military stuff.
you guys talked about the Vegas.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
sidetracked.
Your fault. That's how this happens.
That's how it works. I don't think I'll ever push it.
Yeah.
If it's something that one of them came up to me and said, "Hey,
This is what I wanna
Dad,
do."
this is what I really want to do," I would 100% support them.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part would be getting Chelsea on board
Right.
because she's
absolutely.
like, there's.
I can tell you right now, Jackie would be like, you're not going.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I remember when I went, I was 17. Like, my parents had to sign a waiver
Yeah.
for me to go early because I graduated high school early. You know, I mean, I was younger than everyone.
I still remember the day he left. It was like we were never gonna see him again. The guy was like just handing out shit from his room. Like I remember he gave me
Was
like,
I really?
Yeah, I was over there. I'm like, this is sweet. Like the dude's like, hey man, he goes, take my CD case. I'm like, okay. So I like, it's 500 CDs. Thanks, dude. I got like shirts. It was great, man. I was hanging out at his house with him. It was the best day ever. Like, I was like, I guess he thought he wasn't gonna make it back. I don't know. I was like, I'm like, I'll give it back to you when you come home.
I remember going to Witterman's the night before I left, and we were all partying there.
Yeah. Oh my
I remember that.
God,
Yeah.
that was a
You
rough.
remember
But,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, partially.
I don't really remember that. But yeah, like
It was a rough night.
like talking about like Mother's Day and everything like that, like my mom, I remember she was like stone cold faced and I was like so supportive and everything else. And like, I don't know if it was years later or what, but I remember my dad being like, you have no idea like how hard that hit your mom.
Yeah.
Like
When you left. Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm like, and I imagine that, but like
Right.
at 9, it's 17, like I wasn't
But
thinking
that's the last
that,
thing
you
you
know.
need on your mind, though. if
Right,
you're going
and
to-
she
Yeah, she
knew
didn't wanna do
that,
that, yeah.
Right.
and she like,
Right.
I mean, it was just awesome.
I'll tell you right now, when I found out that Jackie was pregnant with Tommy, I couldn't tell my mom. I told my dad. You know, and me and my dad always had that relationship.
Right.
Like, we can talk, we can say whatever we want to each other. When I told my mom, we didn't talk for like 3 months.
Really?
She was so upset. Like, so upset.
Dude, I could only
She just
imagine.
basically, she thought I was throwing my life away.
Right.
Like, that was like the mentality.
Yeah.
But then once Tommy was born and she came to the hospital and she held him, it was like grandma mode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, just think about it though. Like,
I know that's
I mean,
think about this.
Tommy's 6 years from now.
Tommy's 6 years from that. Yeah.
Legacy wise,
dude.
I'm not worried about Tommy. I'm worried about Cameron. I'm worried about my daughter.
Sure.
Oh my God.
I
know.
Mine's only one, and I get
it. Yes. God, that's gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
That's like if Cameron could just stay the way she was, this goofy ball, great little girl, fantastic. Even if Tommy could stay the way he was, like right now, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
If everything could just stay like this, I'd be totally content.
But they're going to evolve. They're going to grow. You're going to grow. You're going to evolve. But I think, and this is kind of like an underlying theme that we've gone through with all these dads that we've been able to talk to, is like, at the end of the day, if you do your best to teach your kids the right thing, and it's not about ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and how smart they are and how athletically gifted they are and everything else, you teach them to be a good freaking person.
Right.
Make good choices.
They're gonna. Every kid's gonna
be a decent human being.
Right. We all did dumb shit.
We all did.
Yeah.
Our parents did. Everybody did it.
Shit.
It's just how they handle it, and
then they can take on anything because they'll have the support of their parents, which is huge. Like I said, like the Marine Corps thing, like my parents were instrumental in getting me through that. They were writing me letters every day, and like I knew the support was there and everything else. Like if my mom would have broken down and like, I don't want you to go, and like, I don't know that I would have made it through.
Right. Because you think about
that,
what I mean? In the back of your mind.
I'd be in the back of my mind, like, well, I could just quit, go home. My mom would be cool with, you know what I mean? Like that wasn't a thing. Like it was, you're gonna do this. Like, good job. I'm proud of you. All that kind of stuff.
It's like the same stuff. Like even like now, like Tommy fails a test, or like, well, actually, Tommy doesn't fail tests. It's for days. It's stupid. But like in essence, like your kid does something wrong, like, and then all of a sudden, like, it's the big game. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna say anything right now, but once the big game's over, and if they win, I'm gonna congratulate them. Then I'm gonna hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't want to plant that into their head.
Like,
I'm just saying.
hit him with the
Yeah.
He did this.
No, don't hit your kids unless they really deserve it. No, actually, speaking of that, so have you ever hit your kids?
No.
Never. Never spanking.
I smacked Gibbs in the mouth one time.
Okay.
When the first time he told Chelsea that he hated her.
Okay.
And like
that deserves
just talking back. And it wasn't hard. It was just like, listen, you don't talk like that.
I agree.
Hey,
I'm not against smacking a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not for beating a kid by any means.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, nice YouTube. Nice YouTube history, buddy.
Cute. That means we've gone an hour and a half.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But I've smacked Tommy upside the head several times.
Yeah.
Through his childhood, just same thing, talking back to his mom. Just doing something like that is completely inappropriate. I have no problem.
Yeah.
Hitting.
I think there's a line, right? I mean, like when it comes to, I wouldn't say like spanking them or something like that.
Right.
If you're not beating the, I mean, people do terrible things.
No, that's
right.
awful.
That's
intent. I think is what it comes down to. The problem is that the law doesn't really care about your intent.
Right. Exactly.
And so you have to.
No.
Yeah.
And it's
very.
And I hate saying
it's
that
a
because I
subject,
believe look, my dad literally hit me with.
My dad never did. Like my parents never hit me.
Not with like his fists or his,
It's a 2x4.
I got a 2x4.
It's a 2x4.
Metal spoon,
No,
it wasn't
a fist. Dude, I actually have it in my garage. It's not actually a 2x4. I say it's a 2x4.
Yeah.
What it really was is a piece of pine flooring from their hardwood floors that they put in.
Okay.
And
so it's got some bend to it.
Oh yeah,
dude, that smack. Oh,
dude. I got it twice. I got it once when I got caught stealing something. I was in 7th grade. I was with Steve and Robbie Kennedy. And
did you ever steal anything ever again, though?
Nope, never.
See?
And so I got to sign my name and the date
On the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
And then I got it again when I lied about something, and I can't remember. I think
You were supposed to be somewhere,
Yeah.
and your dad found
another story, but yeah.
So in any
But
case,
but
though-
again, I didn't do that again.
Right.
You know, and so that, but he would put it in. It was in the garage, like so. It was in the garage where
With
you walked
the
into the
uplighting.
house,
his
and like
signature
every
on the
time I
date.
walked in the house from the garage, like there it was.
Right. And honestly,
Lesson learned.
I am not opposed to that. And I don't think people should be. Like, this
Yeah.
is, like, our society has gotten so weak.
Yeah.
Like, so sensitive to this.
But the problem is too is as a parent you have to live in fear of doing something like that because you hear stories online and you
Yeah.
hear stuff that
Right.
kids are suing their parents and shit
Yeah,
like that.
it's
Like,
crazy.
But you know
I mean,
what?
are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
So
But that's just bad parenting. You've let it go so long.
you
Right.
are teaching them
You've
that
let
stuff.
it go so
Yeah.
long.
But how much-
That's the thing. It's like after that happened, there was zero thought in my mind that I was
And
going
you're
to
gonna-
tell anyone about it,
No.
let alone like I messed up. Okay.
Okay, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I heard
I'll talk about it now.
when we got in
but,
trouble
like,
for stealing that time. Like I heard it from my parents, like big time. And then Ian's dad, I had to deal with his dad too. He didn't hit me, but
He
he
probably would have though.
probably would have. You probably had to talk to my
Probably
parents
should've.
first, and like
You should have stopped me.
Yeah, right.
I should have stopped.
I think it
all
was
your
your
fault.
idea, actually.
It was.
I was always the word of reason with our friends.
I know.
Ian goes, "Look, it's right there," and I'm like, "Guys, this is probably not a good idea." So
You guys let me hide in a fucking porta potty.
I had to go because you guys, as soon as we got caught, listen to this shit. So either Ian or Robbie grabbed it. It was like a handoff. It was like a handoff
Robbie
system. So
Kennedy.
Ian
Yeah.
hands it to Robbie. Robbie gives, and then all of a sudden you see the security guard coming from here, and you see the freaking guy who's working the dart throwing thing. Was where we stole the little stuffed animal.
No, it
from.
was a speed pitch.
speed pitch.
And it was a baseball. It was
The guy-
a stuffed animal.
Whatever. This guy walked away for 2 minutes. We get caught. Ian gets caught stealing. He's real sneaky. Mr. Marine over there. He's like, jumps over.
Pre-marine. 7th grade.
He grabs it, and then we start running because we are instantly caught. And then Ian hands it to me. I'm 4 feet away from the porta potty. I have nowhere to go, so I walk into a porta potty. They just go like this, hand me it, and they just go peel off. And there's me. And then I come out of the porta potty, and they have Ian and Robbie, and I'm just like,
Fucking
fucked up.
idiots.
So stupid.
Good
But
stuff.
again, so you screwed up.
Yeah, we screwed up.
Your dad hit you. You didn't do it again.
Nope.
No.
All right.
Never.
So
can
that's what I'm
honestly say
saying.
that.
Like, and then, like that's what I want people to realize. Like, honestly, the same thing with my kid. Like, my boy is a great kid. Absolutely, he's a straight A student. He plays sports. He's he's in the band.
Nice kid. He's
I mean,
polite.
he's very polite. Everything. Have I hit him before? I have hit him in the back of the head. All right. I've smacked him upside his head.
Yeah.
Because he did something.
Right.
Stupid.
To the point where words just weren't going to get the point across.
Right.
All right. So, and I just don't want, like, society is just becoming too soft on it.
Yeah, but
But again,
I just don't know how much you can do about that.
right.
You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
just it.
Because
About
the
society being
problem
the way it
is, well,
Right.
everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got a cell
What's
phone.
the limit?
And so
Right.
if you're out in the garage and he smarts off or something like that, and your neighbor's got their phone out, like
Yeah. Can you imagine?
it's not
if they
going to
had-
matter the
Can you imagine
circumstance.
if like Ian's
Right.
You know what I mean? So you-
neighbors had like iPhones back in the day, and Will's just there
Oh my
wailing at him?
God.
His
Yeah,
dad's
my
in
dad has
prison
just been
for
like,
this. Yeah, you're next.
is
He walks up to him and shatters their phone on the ground.
he would have too.
He would. I know he would. I know.
I remember that guy. My dad is the best, but like I remember, I don't remember what year I was turning. It was my birthday party, and whatever, we were just being crazy. I was probably like 10 or 11. I don't know, because it was when we moved. Mm-hmm. I think I moved when I was 10, so I was like 10 or 11, and we were in the garage. And we had like tables set up in the garage, you know, eating cake or whatever, and we were too rambunctious or whatever, and he was just done with it. And he takes his cigar and he fucking pops the balloon and says, "Party's over." Like,
that is like the greatest dad move
guy's
ever.
amazing.
I have so many stories about that house. Like,
Yeah.
I just could. We could go. We should
you
have your
guys
dad.
talk
We, should,
about-
we have to have your dad on here.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say,
it's
did you guys talk about?
He's
having
gonna be
dad
here in
episodes?
July.
I just want to talk to him about the night that it was the last day of school. We slept at Ian's house. We didn't get to sleep. We went to Ian's house. We got to sleep in his yard.
Yeah, they weren't allowed in the house.
We weren't allowed to go in the house unless we had to pee.
Because God forbid you pee on his grass.
I slept in the backyard.
Drew
on,
Gaborko slept in the
attic.
It was like an idiot. It was
June.
the middle of summer.
It was June, and he's sleeping in the attic. People are sleeping on tables in the garage. I slept in the backyard on a tarp. And then my mom came to pick me up at like 8 in the morning because my brother it was like commencement for my brother Mike. So, oh my God, I got like 4 minutes of sleep that night. We were 12 or 13, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
12 or 13, no.
You know, it was sleep back then.
Yeah.
Fun, good times.
But anywho,
All right.
I think you did a dad hack.
Yeah.
Give us a proud dad moment real quick.
I've got more dad hacks too.
You can give us another
wow.
dad hack.
You want another dad hack?
Yeah, give us one.
Alright.
Give us.
This guy's
You're
prepared.
prepared. Somebody actually watches.
Hey.
Take
I
notes,
did.
guys.
So actually, one of my dad hacks was I know you said that Samuel is a BB hound. He's got to have his binky. He's like addicted to it.
Oh, yeah, he's yeah.
We
Oh,
call
yeah.
it a BB.
Okay.
My son used to call it a BB. It was a binky. The way that we got him off of his binky was we snipped him. So we took scissors and we just
Cut the tops off?
Cut the bulbs. So yeah, so you don't cut them all the way off. You just cut them enough where this way the suction
Is
portion
gone.
of it is gone. And we just gave them to him. We're like here, like they're broken. And he put them in his mouth and like
like
one
it.
Didn't
of
get the
them
same
didn't-
satisfaction,
Yeah, then
so-
he took the other one and he threw it, and then he went through all of them and he's just like,
Fuck it.
no more BB, and we're like, no more BB. And he's just like, okay,
No,
he was good. So
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Because we do have one that we use for medicine. Like
Which is such a good dad hack, by
yeah,
the
it
way.
really is.
So
I
we-
saw that actually.
Because we put it in there, just like pop the syringe through there and just pushed it in. And we do that with a bottle too. Like,
Yeah.
that worked great. So actually, I should bust that one out.
Yeah.
The one that has a hole in it, just pop it
Yeah.
in his bed.
Yeah. Cool.
Because a lot of times what he does is he likes to, he won't even use it, like suck on it. He'll just like put it between his fingers and just like
Yeah.
rub it.
That's what you were
like,
saying.
Yeah, it's like his comfort
a
thing.
routine,
Yeah.
right.
So
Right.
I like that. It's a good
Right.
idea. I
So-
like
Good
that.
hack.
That was one of the things that we did.
He's got rapid fire dad hacks over here. I
Great.
like it.
And he's been doing his homework.
I had another one, but I forgot.
Well, the first one you gave was great. Like when your kids are in activities,
right.
make friends.
Make friends.
friends.
People on the
Figure
team.
out how you can do
And that live
carpools.
nearby.
Another one. I know everyone takes pictures with their phones. I know everybody takes video with their phones.
Yeah.
Get a video camera. Take legit video of your kids.
These phones.
They do, I get it, but it's like
way
it's like
better.
it's like 2 minute, 3 minute skits. You got a 10-minute max,
Why?
you know, on most
There's
of
no
them.
10-minute max.
Okay.
Okay,
You
well,
know
I'll be
what?
honest. You know what I'll say?
Take video that you're.
He's not
actually
wrong,
going
though, because I
to
have so much shit on my
transfer.
phone that it always tells
So
me
rather than doing like Snapchat or
Right.
something like
Yeah.
that,
Take,
right?
That's what
No,
I'm saying. Like,
agreed.
Take,
We
like,
do that.
legit video.
It's
that
a
you're
really
going
good
to
hack.
Put onto your thumb drive
Yeah.
or an SD card or something that you're going to put away.
No,
and
that's-
you'll actually watch.
That's 100% a good piece of advice. Chelsea and I, all the time, like especially like Easter was a really good example. Like we made sure it was like, all right, don't just snap this. Like
No.
take some video,
right.
make it nice, and
I
we
have-
keep all of them.
I have so many videos on my phone that like I've transferred to thumb drives, you know, but they're like 1-2 minute little like things. But when I have the video camera in my hand, it's a 30-minute, you know,
Right.
production.
Yeah.
And then I can kind of cut back. I can do what I want to do with it. I can cut out scenes. I
Right.
can do whatever I want with it to make it better.
That's a
you
good
know?
idea.
And honestly, because like you look at pictures and you see them and you're like, oh, this is great, you know, like remembering this portion of it, but you don't remember what they sounded like. And honestly, the kids' voices change throughout the years that you want to go back. Like my son had the raspiest little voice.
Really?
It was adorable. Like it was
Yeah.
absolutely adorable. And I don't remember it until I actually see a video of him talking, and it brings me back.
That's,
That's-
a really
that's a
good.
good idea.
That's good advice, actually.
I'm telling you, honestly, and cameras now are so cheap.
Yeah.
Just get one for SD cards, like because when you have it, in
You
your
just
hand,
have it.
It's different.
way you don't
than
have to
just
worry about your
going like
phone.
this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're like 2 minutes in, you're like, all right, that's good.
So you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Throw it
You're
away.
right.
But if you're like this, and you're like production.
Well, because it doesn't. It's not like it used to be like when there'd be like a holiday and your parents would go over and put the well, not only that,
Yeah.
but they would go put the camera on the tripod
Sophisticated.
and they throw it in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
They put the
Right.
the tripod in the corner of the room and they just take a video of the entire
Yeah.
Christmas morning,
Yeah.
Right.
dinner. I mean, it was just my dad did it all the time. He just put it on the tripod and just leave it
Right.
there, and that's what we had.
Spice it up though, because I mean, like we have a lot of videos of like them opening presents and like birthdays and like this and that. Random
Do the
Tuesday
random stuff.
afternoon, they're playing out in the sprinkler. Bust out the camera.
Yeah.
Watch it.
That's the nice thing about like
it's the best. That's the best videos,
Right.
honestly, because
Yeah.
they're not scripted.
just random shit.
You know, it's like, all right, here's another Easter egg hunt. The kids are coming downstairs.
Right.
You know, oh my God, where's their basket? You know, like, it's just so.
No, you're
scripted.
right.
It's
You're
so
right.
scripted. So
I take a lot of pictures and videos.
Mm-hmm.
I do it more than Liz does. I know it's a stereotype. Like you always see those things online. They
Right.
say, "Dads, make sure you get the
Right.
stuff on video." It's like, I
Right.
take a lot more videos and pictures than my wife does.
right. Oh yeah, my
And they
Jackie
just get the
yells at me
bad-
all the time. She's like, "Is the camera charged?" I'm like, "Why are you gonna take the video this time?" No,
It's a stereotype. Fucking dads,
really
you
is.
know.
But then she never wants to be in the video. Like she's just like, "I don't have the makeup on. It's morning time. You know,
Right,
I don't want
right.
to be in it." I'm like, "Okay, well then you take it. I'll be in it."
I'll get in there.
Oh, man.
So yes, so that is another
That's a good one.
I like that.
is honestly,
That's
like,
good. That's
I wish
very
we
good
had
one.
more video of.
When they were
'cause-
little.
Yeah, because like we have video when Tommy was little, but we don't have video when Cameron was little, and I feel really bad
Second
about
kid
it.
syndrome.
You know,
know.
We do
I
the
feel
same.
really
Like
bad
I've
about
already all the time.
it. Yeah, and we have a bunch of pictures,
Yeah.
but just that video, and again, like I said, just the voices. You don't realize it because you see it every day.
Right.
Yeah, it's just kind
But
of.
then all of a sudden, you go back and you watch a video when they were 4 or 5 years younger, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know,
I can see that.
He sounds like Wade from American Idol.
Hey, all right.
So anyways,
So here we go.
yeah,
No, those are
we're
awesome
big into
dad
it right
hacks.
Okay. Okay.
Those are awesome dad hacks. Those are really good. They're original. They are thoughtful.
And I will say, yeah, and Tommy, you obviously pay attention to the show.
Yeah,
Because
appreciate
you picked
that.
up that, you were prepared, and you even picked up something from a previous show that I said about the dinky.
Yeah,
Yeah, the BB man.
it's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Tommy.
Tommy
Thanks,
said,
man.
like again, my son was always BB because he couldn't say Binky. It was BB.
Sam's just passy. Passy.
All right, you got anything else?
I mean, proud dad moment again.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
proud dad moment. We didn't
I
do
would
that.
say more so.
again.
Well, he said it.
You
He
run
said
the
it.
show.
He said it. More so right now, most recent proud dad moment is the assistant coaching. And
Yeah.
just the kids basically saying like, "Hey, I want to be on coach."
Yeah, that's
team."
cool.
I mean, that was
That's
like,
really
That
cool.
was honestly like that was really awesome lately.
That's something to be proud of. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
I mean, other than that, I mean, I've kids playing sports. Tommy's first tackle, first home run. I mean, those are all just
It's countless.
great. I mean,
And you've had a lot of them over the years. I mean, you have
awesome.
a 13-year-old
Yeah,
son, and 9-year-old daughter. I mean, you've seen a lot. You've had a lot.
right. He gets like the game winning out, or like
I'm telling you right
scores
now,
the goal,
not to give you your proud dad moment, but
He's giving it to you.
I'm going to.
All right.
The level of politeness of your kids, you should be super fucking proud about that.
Very proud of it.
Like,
Yeah.
They get it all the time.
anytime I've ever come over to your house, like your kids will acknowledge and say hello, and they're just nice kids, and like I think that's rare.
Right.
So kudos to you guys.
Yep, that's great.
That's amazing.
That's the one thing I'm pounding into the kids is manners, because that's all I got as a child growing
Like-
up.
like,
I
I'll be
wasn't
honest
allowed.
with
I wasn't
you.
allowed
You're
to leave
gonna
the
keep
kid
on pounding it for the rest of your life.
because I mean I'm
Yeah,
telling you, like I
yeah.
could like, with my
It's
parents
super
and my
important.
It
absolutely my grandmother, who's
It
now
is.
97 years old. When I was 4 years old, I couldn't leave the table unless I stood up and said, "May I please be excused?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Please, thank you, every single thing.
Yeah.
And,
They're
and
not-
if I
they're
didn't,
not
she go,
that- They're not that.
"Oh, my grandma was very strict about it." She
Yeah.
like my grandparents were super. Well, obviously, they're old. They're old
Yeah.
school. They were like, use your manners. Use your manners, use your manners, use your manners all the time. And so I'm like big on that. That's like really important to me because I mean that could take you a long way.
Well, and the biggest thing is too, it's like most of the time when they're like at the dinner table with you, they're not going to use your manners.
Right.
You know,
No,
like
that's what I'm saying. That's why I
my
say
kids
my
don't
grandparents.
either.
That's why I
You
said
know,
my
like-
grandparents were the ones that pounded into
Right.
us more. Like my parents did too,
But
but I listened to my grandparents.
you want
like,
them to know. Listen, if you're somewhere else, if you like, you need to like present yourself in a different way. Like all right, we're comfortable with it. We still want you to like use your fork and not eat with just your fingers or your mouth.
Right.
Like we want you to actually use your manners, but
enjoy yourself at the same time.
the same sense, you're right. But the same sense, like if you're at somebody else's house, if they're being polite, be polite. Like just
Yeah.
use them.
Be good humans.
be good humans.
Be good humans.
That's what we say all the time. Is be good humans. Like
That's rare these days.
like legit.
Seriously though. Well said.
I agree.
All right. Anything else then? I think this was an awesome episode.
Tommy,
thanks
you did
for
your
coming
homework
on.
and you did good. 10.
Number 10.
Episode 10. I told you.
Double digits now. Steve, high five for that.
We got to.
Hey, wait.
Oh yeah, 10.
10.
Damn it, here we go. Such fucking losers. Idiots.
We'll talk about Cat Tuesday next time.
Oh yeah,
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 Cat Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Cat
We'll
Tuesday's
talk
out.
about Cat Tuesday another time. I'm out, but you know.
You can still do it.
Cheers to you.
Yeah.
For Steve, my co-host and fellow talking dad, thank you. Tommy, thanks for coming on. For Guy on the couch that came over and grabbed a beer.
Who was that guy?
Random dude just comes out of nowhere.
Hey, you know, he's that guy.
He's couch guy.
Episode number 10 is a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks.
Nice.
Didn't hit record.
Hey guys, if you like what you just heard or watched, please don't be shy. Give us a like, subscribe, follow us on our social media pages, and drop us some comments literally about anything. Your support means the world to us and legit keeps us going. And most of all, thank you for all of your support.